Hello, everyone. How are you today? And happy Easter. So, I know this reality makes festivals, etc., significant. And what if sometimes there is an element of truth with a lie attached? So, just looking at the energy of what's being celebrated today, and looking at the element of lightness, the truth in that, what do you know about resurrection that you pretend you don't know? And everything that is, will you please destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pot, pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. What part of you have you allowed to die, or buried, or cut off, or cremated in favor of this reality, or someone else, or something else? Ooh. And everything that is, will you please revoke, recant, rescind, renounce, denounce, reclaim, destroy, and uncreate all of that? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pot, pock, shots, boys, and beyonds. When did you decide or choose that giving up your infinite knowing, being, perceiving, receiving, choosing, and possibilities for someone else or something else, whether it's your family or gender or culture or country or religion or community or whatever other stratification, will you now begin to claim and own all of that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pot, pock, shots, boys, and beyonds, and all of the projections, expectations, separation, rejections, judgments, refined judgments, decisions, conclusions, computations, and VVRs you have about keeping parts and pieces of your being hidden, excluded, secluded, buried, because no one else gets it, no one else can see it, no one else understands it? Will you destroy and uncreate all of those walls and barriers you're using to separate those parts and pieces of you from you and with everyone and with consciousness? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pot, pock, shots, boys, and beyonds. Please close your eyes and let's begin to expand in all directions, including into the earth, engulfing, surrounding every molecule of the earth and everything that exists in cellular structure or solidity, mass, matter, whatever else. The birds, the bees, the mountains, the oceans, everything that together is the earth, entering deeply into the earth, expanding spherically, and accessing everything that the earth is, not as a singular object, but as a convergence of all energies. What do you perceive that you've allowed yourself not to perceive? What do you know that you pretend not to know? What do you know about the vibration of the earth that your body knows, which you can begin to access all the magic, miracles, mysteries, and possibilities? How a little seed being chewed by a little parrot of a tree falls onto the ground And few weeks later, it's a sapling, a plant, and a tree. What can be more mysterious and magical and miraculous than that? So where are you and have you been dropping the seeds of your consciousness into your own life and everyone else's life that you can begin to acknowledge now? Even though other people will reap the fruits of that, will you still acknowledge that you are a contribution with every conscious choice you make and everyone you touch and come in contact with? Now allow your awareness to expand even further into the ozone atmosphere, this solar system, the galaxy, the multiverse, and the universe, all of it, expanding as and with infinite space, expanding as and with speed of space, expanding as and with the gentleness and the ease of it, expanding as and with the joy and glory, and everything that doesn't allow it, right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pot, pop, shots, boys, and beyonds. What future have you created? What future did you create 4 trillion years ago that the consciousness now is flourishing? And what future have you already created 100, 500, 10,000, 20,000 years from now? What money, receiving, joy, allowance, etc. is available from 5 years from now, 20 years from now, 50 years from now? And as you stay expanded from this space, can you start accessing those futures and bring those energies into your present? Whether it's healing of your body or a relationship or more money, more joy, more freedom to choose without figuring out the result, freedom to move, freedom to be more of you. What work have you put into motion already? And is now the time to awaken all of the rest of the parts and pieces of you and the consciousness and the earth, the magic that may not have been available or accessible yesterday, but is available today. We don't know how, in what way, form, shape, color. It's an energy. It's indefinite energy. It's not a defined energy. So what is available today and right now that can be awakened, accessed, and contributed to, and contributed by? And will you choose that for yourself and for consciousness? Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pot, pop, shots, boys, and beyonds. If you're hitting a wall or a barrier, if you sense intensity, please stay relaxed. Through relaxation, you can receive more by pushing down your walls and barriers. Anything that enters your space and this space that we have together right now will begin to melt if you allow the possibility. However, instead you might be using your energy to block it, to keep it out, to force it out. How about withdrawing all of that energy that you're using to keep the awareness of this reality and other people's VVRs outside of your zone and allow it to enter? Have your own back. Trust yourself and know that nothing can harm you, destroy you. In fact, as it enters your space, if you're not resisting or agreeing with it, If you choose interesting point of view now, there comes the lightness and it begins to melt. Whether it's deep inside your brain, whether you feel it in your chest or ribs or collarbones or your back, allow this intensity to enter your space. We've been taught to use force, to fight valiantly and protect ourselves. That's what this reality will tell you. To prove you're powerful, you have to use force. What if you began to use ease? Ease that comes with allowance and interesting point of view right away. You don't even have to wait for years. It shifts instantaneously. Yesterday, I became present with this exercise, which I've been doing for a few days now. And today, I have woken up a different person completely. I don't have the charge that I had till yesterday. So, you can be contributed to now. Ultimately, eventually, the choice is yours how much more you wish to practice this and be this energy out in the world. Some of you know I'm in Brazil. So every few days, I was getting this cough and a bout of sickness for a few hours. And I used to question myself, what is this body? What are we doing? And I realized every time I went to the supermarket, I picked up other people's fears or started processing what was going on in their worlds and bodies. So yesterday I became aware of the fact that my body was actually processing a lot of sickness and corona that's going around here. But it was only lasting about an hour or two, and then I was fine. So what are your bodies capable of contributing to and contributed by other bodies in communion that can now begin to actualize? By shifting the energy and making the request is the first step to actualizing a different reality. And my friends, if you choose it now, it's yours to reign, it's yours to rule, it's yours to enjoy. What did you come here to be on this beautiful planet? What call from this planet you heard and chose to come here and get a body? I speak to entities. I was in Brazil a few months ago when during my business hours I came across this being from a different planet which came and shared some insight. It's like the energy of Earth is so irresistible and it was calling. So people and beings all over the galaxy, all of the universe came here to contribute to its consciousness. It's so seductive and irresistible. And if that Earth has that energy, so does your body, so do you. What irresistibility have you been hiding and resisting that can now begin to change and melt? Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine pot, pop, shorts, boys, and beyonds. What's possible for us that we don't think is possible? If we allow the possibilities, would actualize a totally different reality. Everything that is right, wrong, good, bad, all nine pot, pop, shorts, boys, and beyonds. What is possible for our future and the future of the earth? What's possible for all of us and the earth as our future together that we think is not possible, and if we allow the possibility would actualize a totally different reality. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine pot, pop, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So from this space, can you expand more? Will you expand more? And allow all this energy to just come in and come through. Be available on this beautiful planet of ours through this exercise, request, demand, and contribution that we all be. Through this request, we and our bodies and the earth bees together. Infinite does not have Infinite does not has a limit. Infinite isn't limited. Yeah, that sounds like better English. There is always more. There is always more. There is always more. There is always more. Shannon talks about this example in the Beings of Light book, how common cold and bacteria was killing people, and in the year 1928, when penicillin was invented, discovered, people stopped dying from the common cold. So, man or mankind, so to say, is still exploring. Corona today is trying to kill people. In few years from now, it won't. They'll find a way to know this better and to make something out of it. What have you decided you cannot know more? That if you allowed the possibility, would actualize infinite knowing, being, perceiving, and receiving. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Translators, if you have any announcements, you can make it on your channels. Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.